Yeah, guys. So today what we will discuss, we will launch one EC2 instances in AWS. So, so we need to install the VS Code, right? Install the VS Code. Prem, you install the VS Code, right?
Yes.
Install the VS Code, install the
Yes, sir.
Terraform also, right? So Terraform is not a software; it's a binary. So so it's a binary file. We can download that file and we need to set the environment variable. We need to set the environment variable. So you can run Terraform on anywhere. Okay, if you want to run the Terraform on anywhere, yeah, guys. So for this, we need to. So we need a VS Code. We need a Git. We need a Terraform. Right? Everything is done. How you can connect? How you can connect through Terraform, AWS. Yeah, guys. Oh, Terraform. Yeah. So we need to. So we need to connect the Terraform. We need to connect the AWS, right? How you can connect the AWS? So we need to connect the AWS through. So support multiple. Oh, not this one. Yeah. So how will you authenticate with the AWS? So which region the resource need to be launched? Which resource you want to launch? Which resource you want to launch? How will you authenticate to AWS? How will you authenticate to AWS? Through IAM user. We can create a IAM user through access key and secret key. Okay. Sign into console. So sign in as a root user. It's not right. So madam, you shared the credentials, right? Or else something like. Yeah. So what is that? The Terraform registry.terraform.io is the documentation for the Terraform browse providers, AWS use providers documentation, guys. You can go to the documentation and something like a provider and the resource. I will tell you guys. So authentication and configuration. How you can authenticate and configure your AWS? We can authenticate via so 6 ways. One is parameters provided in the configuration file, environment variables, shared credentials files, shared configuration files, and container credentials, and installs profile, credentials, and region. So for example, this is so in this order matches to precedence used by AWS CLA and AWS DK. AWS provides supports assuming IAM role, either the provider configuration block parameter or in a named profile. Okay, so this is the one way. So the provider configuration means we will provide the access key and secret key. Okay, so the provider configuration is nothing but a credentials can be provided by adding the access key, secret key, optionally token. Okay, this is the a provider configuration. The environment variable, we can set the environment variable also. So credentials can be provided by using the AWS access key and secret key and optional AWS token environment variable. The region can be set using the AWS region, AWS default region. Okay, so this is the access key, secret key. So just export access key, export secret key. So we can execute command. We can execute these commands also. So we will provide the access key, secret key in the code, or else we can run these commands in the command prompt or the saved configuration under configuration files. So in the slash dot AWS credentials, we can use these credentials also. Okay, provider AWS, so we can use these credentials also. So container credentials and instance profile credentials regions. So okay, or else something like a assuming IAM rule, provided the AR and AWS providers to attempt to assume this role using the supplied credentials. So ARN role, session name, and external ID. So this is the way to connect it. Okay, and assuming IAM role using the web identity. So using external credentials, we can use the external credentials also. So this is the way. So we can connect the AWS CLI. We can connect the AWS CLI. Okay. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen, right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So which one you want to so these are the documentation. This is nothing but a resource. This is nothing but a resource. So resource is equal to AWS VPC. We are trying to create a AWS VPC. We are trying to create a AWS underscore IAM. We are trying to create a AWS underscore S3. We are trying to create an AWS underscore instance. This is the resource. You need to create the resources. A resource is nothing but a service. A resource is nothing but a service. Okay. Yeah. So in the AWS, so what you can do, you can create a IAM role, right? For connecting we need a access key and secret key for the user. Okay, which group is created? DevOps group. Which user is created? BlueJetek user is created. Okay. So for this BlueJetek user, what are the credentials? What are the permissions? Amazon EC2 full access. No, we don't need this. Remove, remove. I want a add permissions. Add permissions. Amazon EC2 full access. So here we need to change it. Permissions. Mm, remove this permission. We need a administrator. So administration access. Add permissions, attach policies. Yeah, administrator access. Okay. This is the administrator access. User. Yeah, permissions, administrator access. Okay. If you go to the users, so click the users and security credentials. So if you go to the security credentials, if you want to assign a MFA, assign a MFA or a access key or a secret key, right? Access key and a secret key. So we need a So this is the access key and secret key. Create a access key. Okay. So access key for the best practices and alternatives. Avoid using the long-term predictions like access key to improve your security. Considering the following use cases to alternatives. So command line interface. You plan to use this access key to enable AWS CLI to access the AWS account. Okay. Local code. You plan to use this access key to enable application code in local development environment to access your AWS account. Application running on AWS in a AWS compute service. You plan to use this access key to enable application code running on AWS compute service like Amazon EC2, right? So for this purpose, you can use the command line access. I understood the above recommendations and want to proceed with the create an access key secret. Okay, create a access key. So it will create both the access key and the secret key. You can copy it somewhere. You can copy it somewhere. Access underscore key, access key equal to. So this is our access key, secret underscore key, secret key. So what is the secret key, guys? The secret key is, so this is the secret key. Okay, or else you guys can download this. So it will be available in any time. Okay, so yeah, so this is the access key and secret key. Okay, so this is the access key and secret key for the which user? BlueJetech user. What is the user, guys? The user is BlueJetech user. Okay, you created the BlueJetech user for access key and secret key. Okay, yeah. So I created a folder, right? I created AWS DevOps batch folder. So my EC2, my EC2.tf folder. Okay, this is the first EC2 instance. Okay, provider equal to AWS, region equal to US is to access key and secret key. So these are the access key and secret key. So AMI and instance type resource name. Just this is the a provider configuration. How we can authenticate which provider, the AWS provider you want to launch the instance. So which region you want to launch the instances. So how you can authenticate with the how you can authenticate with data AWS. Guys, 1 second. Yeah, guys. So provider AWS. So provider AWS, region US is to access key and secret key, resource AWS underscore instance, my EC2 instance, AMI instance type. Right. So this is the code. So what is that? Provider AWS. Yeah. So provider equal to AWS, region equal to US East 1, access key, secret key. So what is the access key, guys? The access key is, this is the access key, right? So this is the access key and this is the a secret key. Okay. So this is the secret key. So if you want to connect through AWS CLI, we need a access key, secret key. What we need? So we need a access key and a secret key. This is the provider. So if it is a Azure, you can use Azure. If it is a GCP, you can use the GCP. If it is a OCA, you can use the OCA. Understood? So this is the AWS. What this is? This is AWS provider, then resources. So I already told you, right? The so there is a official documentation for every provider. So what is that EC2 instance? What is that? Elastic Compute Cloud. In the Elastic Compute Cloud, which resource you want to use? I want to launch a AWS underscore instance. AWS underscore is AWS underscore. Ah, this is the one. Yeah. So what is the resource? So you can use this a resource. So this is the a resource for a Terraform. So I'm using the my what is that? My first EC2 instance. Hello world instance type equal to T2 micro AMI, right? We need to provide the AMI. Just you can go to that EC2 instance. So in the which region you want to launch? Okay. So you want to get the AMI. If you go to the EC2 instance, so graphics atanu మన ఇమేజ్ పంపించు. ఓకే. ఏమండి ఇవి షట్ డౌన్ చేసుకోండి. స్టాప్డ్ స్టేట్. ఎస్ యు ఆర్ ఇన్ ద స్టాప్డ్ స్టేట్, రైట్ స్టేట్.
Okay,
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
sir.
సో దీస్ ఆల్ ఆర్ ఇన్ ద స్టాప్డ్ స్టేట్, నో వరీస్. ఓకేనా? యూ నీడ్ టు టర్మినేట్ దిస్ వన్ గైస్. Okay. So you want to launch a instance, right? You want to launch the instance. So which AMI? AMI is a unique identifier. So which AMI you want to launch? Which which box you want to launch? Which OS? So this is the feature uses, and this is the US East one. I selected also US East one. I want Amazon Linux 2. Which Linux? Amazon Linux 2. So what is the AMID, guys? This is the AMID. I'm taking the hard coded value. Which is that? Hard coded value. I'm taking it. So what is this? So I don't want to. So if you have a data, so you can use the data. Okay. So directly I'm giving the ID. I'm giving the ID of the AWS. Okay. So this is the region. So this is the access key. This is the secret key. So this is for authenticating the AWS. Okay. Then what you need to do? We need a EC2 instance. You need a EC2 instance. Okay. So this is the instance. So this is the instance name and this is the instance ID. Okay. So this is the resource name and our resource name. AMI and instance type T2 micro. So what is that? T2 micro. Okay. Yeah. So yep. This is the code, guys. So where you can run this code, you can run this code on anywhere. If you use the terminal, new terminal, it will open wherever the project is. The project is in. Okay. So DevOps document, DevOps 53. Recreated. Okay. So I'm running Terraform init. First command is Terraform init. The Terraform is not recognized as the name commandlet. So te- Terraform. Yeah, Terraform init. So here you see, so there are the errors. The errors are something like invalid block definition, provider AWS. So the block definition must have the content delimited by the unknown or string has the same blocker head. Yeah, this is the provider block. So this is the provider block, AWS. What is the error here? Okay, Control S. You see guys, it is initializing. So initializing means the T. No, so so here you see guys. So .terraform file is created. That is the provider register.terraform.io, registry.io, AWS 5.9.1, Windows AMG4. This is the this is the Terraform provider for the AWS. So 5.9.10. What is that? So 5 point. So 5.9.0. You can check the latest version of the Terraform also. So 5.9.10. So this AWS software is for connecting from Terraform to AWS. Okay. Yeah. So it is successful. What is the next Terraform work step? So Terraform plan. So Terraform plan. Yeah. So Terraform plan command is the yeah. So invalid references on my EC2 instances stuff line. Resources AWS underscore instances AMI equal to AMI. A reference to a resource type must be followed by at least one attribute access. Specify the resource name. Maybe the issue with double quotes. Okay. Let's check it. What is that? Terraform plan. If the Terraform plan is nothing but a blueprint of our whatever the services need to apply, right? That services, so for example, this service will be able to apply. Yeah. So you see, guys, plan 1 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. What is that? Plan 1 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. Here, if you see, so there is a dot Terraform is created, the Terraform provider, and Terraform dot log dot HCL. This file is maintained by automatically Terraform init. Manual edits may be lost in the future updates. Provider registered at Terraform dot AWS version. This is the version, guys. What this is? So, for example, Lakshmi and Prem are working on the same same stack. So, for example, um, while running the Terraform plan or Terraform apply, Prem is running the Terraform apply while running that. So Lakshmi wants to run the Terraform plan or Terraform apply on the same stack, right? So if you execute the Lakshmi, if Lakshmi executes the command, so it will disturb on the Prem's code, right? That's the reason. So whenever a guy executed that command Terraform init, it will automatically log the stack. So until he completes the action. Once the action is completed, the automatically Terraform lock will be unlocked. Then Lakshmi is able to access, election is able to perform the action on that stack, right? That is the Terraform. So Terraform lock, right? Yeah, this is your Terraform file. So now you want to apply. Now you want to apply, right? You are applying this and check what are the instances are available in AWS. Yeah. So there is no instances. There is no instances are there in the. These all are in the terminated state. Okay. So instance state, instance state equal to running, for example. There is no instances are running. Okay. So if you see, so Terraform apply. So what it will apply? You see, Terraform will perform the following actions. So AWS underscore instance dot web. What is that? Dot web is will be created. Okay, this is the AMI. So the instance type is T2 micro and the ID of the AMI. Right? We provided. Here you see, so plan one to add, one instance need to add. There is no modifications, there is no changing and there is no deletion. Just you press the yes. Just to press the yes. Creating EC2 instance operation error, a runtime instance HTTP response error status code 43. Request API server unauthorized operation. You are not authorized to perform this operation. BlueJTech is not authorized to perform EC2 instance responses policies. Right. The user is BlueJTech. Administrator access. HTTP policies also attached, right? No, not BlueJTech is not authorized to perform. Encoded authorization failure. AWS underscore instance. Mm, Imagine EC2 full access, huh? Hmm. Let's try this, guys. Users, Tech, the groups, no group, user groups, DevOps, no group, DevOps is there, right? Users, add
Those
user,
are not added.
hmm. Add users, hmm. So user is not added, permissions, administrator access. Let's try now. Yeah. Now you see, AWS instance, my first EC2 web is creating. If you go here, go to EC2 instances. Okay, instances, instances. You see, hello world, name is hello world. This instance is running, initializing. Yes, understood? Yeah. So apply completed, resource one added, zero changed, zero destroyed. Yes, understood? So we created the AWS EC2 instance through code or manually
Using code.
through code. Now you understood how to launch AWS EC2 instance through code, right? For example, so in my company, I have a stack. I already told you, right? Prem, you already know that, right? What is a stack? A stack is nothing but a, so this is one stack, this is one stack, this is one stack, and this is one stack. So this stack contains our dev infra, dev stack. A dev stack is nothing but a, all the infra. The dev services will be created through this this code. Okay, this code. So this code contains. So we have a two EC2 instances and one IAM user. One IAM user. So we'll create. Right. I want to create a one IAM user and two EC2 instances. Right. So how you can create? We can create two EC2 instances. So I want the same resources. I want to repeat the same resources. Same resources. Same like AMI T2 instance T2. Right. In this device index instance count untadi. Count equal to 2, I think. Here count is volume type, count to volume size, device name or device virtual enable to. I saw somewhere max price ready to count. No worries, guys. Yeah, instance underscore count equal to 2 or count equal to 2. Let's see. Yeah, you can use count equal to 2. You can execute here also. Count equal to 2. Sorry, guys. Save. Terraform apply. It will create the another EC2 instance also with the same name, but we need to change our name. Okay, for our understanding purpose, server 1 and server 2. So we have a two EC2 instances created, right? I want to create a IAM user. I want to create a IAM user, and in this stack we can add S3 bucket, IAM user, VPC. Everything will be added in the one stack, guys. Everything will be added in the one stack. So the stack I already told you, right? The versions, locations, labels. So you can keep it same like this. Okay. So we have a desktop. So there is a batch. AWS Terraform dev stack. So this is the stack batch. Yeah, you see, guys, here. So we are providing here something like locals, mains, providers, and variables. Let's see what this is. So desktop AWS DevOps batch 21. File, new window, window. Yeah, this is no window. Open folder, desktop AWS batch 21. You see, guys, AWS EC2 instance, Docker. Hmm. Here you see. Right. So in the main.tf, so what we provided the resource AWS underscore instance AML annex2. So we are providing the ID in the where we are providing an ID in the var in the variables. Variables if you see the AMI is provided in the variables. The AMI is provided in the variables. The stack looks like this main.tf, something like this is rename. A stack contains all the services. A stack contains all the services. Okay. So for example, this is the main. This is the main. A main contains resources AMI, and we need a resources key pair. Okay. And the providers, what are the providers? The provider is AWS. So region equal to var dot. The region will be mentioned in the variables. What is the region? The region is US East 1. The region is US East 1. Okay. Providers, right? Providers. Access key, secret key I provided here. And the variables. So in the variables, we discussed about the variables, instance type, AMID, and region, instance type, name. Okay. The versions. So what is the version, guys? Terraform. Terraform version. So Terraform starts from Terraform starts. So from 0.11 onwards. So 0.11, 0.12, 0.13, comma 0.14, then immediately 1.0, 1.1, and so on, etc 1.9. So what is the version, guys? Terraform version is above 1.0. So AWS. So what is the AWS version? So 5.9.1, right? So what is the AWS latest version for the latest version, guys? So 5.9.0. Okay. So we are segregating. We are segregating. So we are segregating the main. So for example, we are segregating the main into different folders. Okay. So main.tf, outputs.tf, providers.tf, variables.tf, versions.tf. Okay, understood? Now you create like this. What is it? Here you can create another name, providers.tf. Okay. So providers.tf, versions.tf. So the real-time environments looks like this. So this is the, so what this is? This is a versions. What this is, guys? What this is? This is versions. Versions.tf 5.9.0. Okay. In the main.tf. So this is the main.tf. Right. So in the providers.tf, so we will mention the provider here. We'll mention the provider here. So what is the provider? So provider equal to, so this is the provider. Okay. So we'll copy this and we'll paste the access key and secret key. So this is the access key and secret key. So region, we are not providing any region here. So in the main, what we can discuss. So we'll discuss AWS resource. So we are removing providers.tf here, the main.tf. Yeah. So we removed the provider. Just we selected the from the resources. So which resources you want? So resource AWS underscore instance my web2 EC2 AMI. So AMI will be created in the variables. What is that? Variables dot tf. The variables dot tf. Right. In the variables dot tf. So we will select the variables. We'll select the variables. What variable? So this is the variable. So what is that? Variable equal to AWS region. So description AWS region. So default value equal to US East 1. If you select the AWS region, right, var dot AWS underscore the main AMI equal to, so what is the AMI guys? AMI equal to, yeah, so var dot AMI ID instance type equal to, so something like this is the instance type, and availability zone var dot region. Okay, so this is the tag name. So everything will be provided in the, okay, so this is the one. Okay, the same like way. So main.tf, variables.tf, versions.tf, variables.tf, providers.tf. So we can include and we can create the stacks. If we create the one stack, it will be very easy to copy and paste on the other environments also. So why automation Terraform comes into the picture? To automate the process. So if you learn the coding, right, it's not a so functional, it's a layman language. You just created the account and uh, launch the instances. Guys understood? This is nothing but a Terraform. So tomorrow also we'll discuss this one, guys. Okay. So destroy. So how you can destroy? I don't want a one EC2 instances. We launch a two EC2 instances. I don't want a one EC2 instances. So in the stack, if you do the Terraform destroy, it will destroy everything. The entire stack will be destroyed. So if S3 is created, if VPC is created, if AC2 instance is created, if it is RDS created, it will automatically delete. So from tomorrow onwards, we will restrict the policies. We restrict the policies, guys. Okay, guys, understood?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, we'll continue from tomorrow.